Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, so the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalil, and this video is on the Mark of the Beast prophecy, which is the microchip. Alright, so I have another update regarding the system being implemented to facilitate the usage of this microchip. And, you have some systems that are being put in place, such as the central bank digital currencies, which are being developed worldwide. And you have these digital identification systems that are being developed worldwide. And you have these things called the digital wallets that they are developing as well, which ties into all of it. And when you look at this image here, this is the digital identity that has been proposed by the World Economic Forum. And it's not only a proposition, but it's actually happening in real time right now. And this digital identity, as you can see here, it's intended to store your entire life on it, from your healthcare, your financial services, to your travel and mobility, e-commerce, social platforms, e-government, telecommunications, etc. And this digital identity is the tool that is going to be developed and then used to store onto the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. What they're doing right now is implementing this system so that all of your information is stored into one place. It's a stepping stone heading towards that microchip, because the microchip is going to have all of your information stored on it. I remember the prophecy in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And this will be done by the wicked elite of Esau Edom, who are the Edomites, who are in rulership of this world today." This is their kingdom. And their ruling class, the banking elite, are going to be pushing this. And they're going to be making it mandatory worldwide. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. And when you take a look at this, you can clearly see it. So once again, this digital identity is a stepping stone heading towards the microchip, because they have to have the systems put in place. It's the same reason why they are proposing these smart cities and these 15-minute cities. And actually, over there in the East, already, like in China, if you don't have a Chinese digital ID, you're unable to make purchases at certain grocery stores. There is a female who, she's an American, I believe, and she went to China and she was unable to purchase from the grocery store because she doesn't have the ID that is there. And she said it's in the video, the Chinese digital ID. And this was maybe like a year or two ago. And over there in the East, they're very developed with this entire system. They are very, well, really digital. There are some things like, I saw another YouTube couple. They were in China and they wanted to make an order at a kiosk, because there's this thing where at some of the parks there, you can order fast food there from that kiosk. I'm just calling it a kiosk, but it's like this rather, big thing or whatever. And essentially you go there, you make your order, and you get your fast food delivered to you by way of a drone that will drop it off at that location to you. But in order to gain access to that, you have to be a part of the system. You have to have a Chinese digital ID. And so they were unable to because they don't have one, and they had to ask, some of the locals in the area to assist them. But that goes to show you where the system is heading towards, because unless you are a part of the system, unless you have these things, then you won't gain access to the things that are within the city. And that is the mark of the beast prophecy at hand, that unless you have that microchip, you won't be able to do these things. So right now they're already showing you that unless you have a digital ID over there in the east, in some places, you're not able to gain access to certain things. And so it's showing you here as well that this digital ID, so unless you have it, you won't get medical services, you won't get government services, you won't be able to gain access to financial services, you won't be able to buy or sell. And so you will have to be a part of it, of course, by way of purchasing, but also as well, you have to, in order to be the retailers, you're going to have to be a part of the system. And this is the prophecy at hand. So with knowing that information, we just take a look at what's going on in the world and then provide an update. As you know, the prophets are watchmen, to let the elect of the nation of Israel know what's going on with the world, what's happening at this period of time, etc. And it's clear to see that we are in fact at the end of the rulership of the Edomites. But here we have UK government reveals MDL pilot GovUK digital wallet plans, which is an ambitious digital government expansion to utilize AI automation. And what's been going on right now? At the World Economic Forum in Davos that is being held right now, they are talking about the intelligence age. And President Trump just introduced as well his 500, is it million or billion dollar AI initiative. And they talk about this whole Stargate thing because they're moving towards this new technological age. It has been called before the fourth industrial revolution, which is a technological age. And so everything is going to be driven by technology. Everything is going to be digital. And so when you go back even to this image, their intentions are to make these cities that are digital, these smart cities, and these 15-minute cities. And then the people are going to be microchipped, right? Which is a piece of technology. And then all the information is going to be stored on it for an all-for-one use. And then the people will walk around in these smart cities / 15-minute cities, and they will essentially be merged with the cities because they would have merged with the technology, with the microchip being in the hand. And so they'll be merged with the microchip, and then they'll function in the cities. That is what it will be in order to function in the cities. And so it even shows in this digital identity, people are going to be connected to things, connected to entities, and connected to devices. And the things, they have introduced the EU digital product passport, which is giving a digital identity of sorts to every single piece of item, every single product that is created. So people are going to be connected to everything by way of the technology. This is the goal of the devil. This is a part of his NWO. So anyway, this says a GovUK digital wallet and app will be introduced this year to ease access to public services for British residents, according to an announcement confirming the planned launch of digital driver's licenses. The Department for Science, Innovation and Technology says the digital licenses, referred to later in the same announcement as mobile driver's licenses, and in America, they've pushed that. You have mobile digital driving licenses that are being pushed slowly but surely, state to state. Will be made available later this year along with digitized veteran cards. The government plans for the digital wallet to hold various ID cards, as well as disclosure and bar and service checks and all other government-issued credentials by the close of 2027. This is it. This is it. So they're storing everything on it, man. And what's a wallet? They say it's a digital wallet, but what's a wallet? We know that the physical wallet is something that you can store in there. People have their wallets. It's something that things are stored in there. So now it's a digital wallet. You see, everything is going this way. And everything is going this way. Why? Because everything has to happen. The systems have to be put in place so that they can usher in the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. So prophecy is at the forefront, and anything that you observe around the world, always filter it through Bible prophecy. And we're living in it. You know, the microchip isn't just going to like drop like that. You know what I'm saying? The devil, Esau, Edom, he has to put in systems, he has to do things to make sure that it is functioning and that it's working. And so that the prophecy, when it comes and it says that no man might buy or sell. So all of these systems have to be put in place. And so, I mean, the article really just encompasses everything right there, man. Right there. It says it puts the driver's licenses onto it. It says various ID cards. It says service checks and all other government issued credentials, which goes into that same image from the World Economic Forum. And you can Google it yourself. You can Google digital ID World Economic Forum. This image will come up. All right. So, you know, the article is rather long, but you can always go to Biometric Update if you're interested, and you will be able to see how things are developing, because they always put things on it, man. Because even right here, digital ID for all, and it shows you biometric device certification now mandatory for Aadhaar authentication. The Aadhaar is the digital ID in India. Turkey bolsters digital identity system with blockchain and biometrics. Pakistan digital identity governance changes to bridge gaps, eliminate overlaps. India transforming public finance with digital identity and biometrics. Pakistan, again, Bhutan, right? So it shows you that the entire world is moving towards this digital ID. It's a part of the wicked elites NWO. And at the forefront of it is that microchip. And then you have here, UK government wades into private sector territory with MDL digital wallet. The UK government has thrown the nation's digital identity ecosystem into confusion with the revelation that the government UK digital wallet and app are intended for not just with public sector services, but also the private sector use cases. The digital identity and attributes trust framework set up to address. So once again, the prophecy is at hand, and the prophecy says that he causeth all. So it's not only going to be one sector, it's going to be all sectors. It's going to be the entire world, public sector, private sector, rich, poor, free, bond, it doesn't matter. In order to continue in this world, this society is going to get to the point where you are going to have to be microchipped, right? And it's all showing it. And then, you know, the UK digital pound, you know, the UK CBDC, I can also type that in. And then you get certain information about it. UK CBDC advances with creation of sandbox-like laboratory, right? So I mentioned earlier that all of these countries around the world are pushing forward with their CBDCs, their digital payment system, because they are going to get rid of the current payment system, which is by way of cash, and they want it to be on the CBDC because the central bank digital currency will allow them to be able to have more control over the masses. Right now, you can withdraw your cash and you can take your cash and you can go to, I don't know, the vendor out on the street, or you can use your cash at certain places. It doesn't necessarily track you. Yes, there are cameras there and they can go into the cameras and all that kind of stuff and face recognition and stuff. But what they're intending to do is to bring in a new, more perfect slavery system in their eyes. They want full and absolute control. They want to be like the Most High. So they want to have full and absolute control over the people. That is why they're going to be ushering in this microchip. Because with this microchip and this digital identity stored on it, once you're doing anything in the world, you're going to have to swipe your microchip, and then all of your digital identity, your identity, everything is going to be pulled up there. And once it is that you do one thing to the next, it's automatically going to be tracked. It is the full control. And you know, they actually mentioned this with Trump's new AI initiative with the $500 billion plan, I believe it is. And they said something like, you know, they want to advance AI where you're able to, if you go to the doctor in one place and they have all of your credentials and stuff, that it won't be a hassle if you go to a doctor in another place as it is right now, because you know how it is with that. Instead, that they will, because of the advancements in technology and AI, that you would go to the other doctor, and that doctor will be able to simply be able to pull up everything just like that. Why would they be able to do that? Because their plan is for you to have a digital identity and a microchip, that wherever you go to for healthcare services, that it will simply just bring up all of the information. Okay? And then you take a look at this, which has been proposed by the World Economic Forum. Link EU digital ID wallet to social media accounts to end anonymity, Spanish Prime Minister. So this once again goes into the level of control that they want upon the masses. And this would come. I was expecting it because, they showed us that they want it. So here it is with your digital identity. Your social platforms are going to be connected to it. So it is true, the internet is a very anonymous place. You can create a fake email, sign up on certain on websites and be anonymous, and you can use a VPN and be anonymous and all these kinds of things. And yes, there are individuals who are hackers that can track you down and stuff like that, but they want the control to be more like easier for them. You see, they really want it easier for them. So of course they're going to tie the social platform to your digital identity. It is coming. So no longer will people be like on the internet and be anonymous and whatever else. In order to log on to the social medias, you are going to have your digital identity. And they're calling it digital ID wallet. It's all one of the same thing. Okay, social media accounts held in the European Union should be linked to EU digital identity wallets to prevent anonymity, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez told an audience at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Sanchez presented social media as a promising set of platforms that fulfilled some of their early promise, but ultimately have led to greater concentration of wealth and power and a range of harms to society. These negative effects were brought in through the algorithms that determine what people see on each platform, which he compares to the Trojan horse with raiders hiding, whatever. It don't matter what they want to say about it. They are going to tie your social media to your digital identity so that you can be identified automatically. And once again, they have that over there in the East. Over there in the East, there are video games over here in the West, right? That we can sign up for and we can be anonymous with it. Over there in the East, there are the same video games that, in order, for example, in Korea, in order to sign up for that video game, it has to be tied to your Korean identity. So you cannot just be anonymous on the video game like it is over here in the West. So the West is really trying to speed up to what's going on over there in the East. And everything is leading towards that microchip. And I mentioned that Esau Edom, he's doing this for his new slavery system, and really because they want to show themselves as gods. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself, and this is talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is a God, right? So he wants to be seen as a God. And by way of moving towards this new age, the intelligence age, or whatever it is that they want to rebrand it and name it, they are going to assume full control over the masses. And this microchip is going to enable them to do that, because once again, everything is going to be stored on it from one's life, and you're going to have to go through society using this microchip every single place that you go to. And they'll know your every single step, and it has certain levels of control to it that are coming as well. Because just remember this, that over there in the East, in China, they have a social credit system, and that social credit system is tied to your identity. And every time your social credit system gets hit, it prevents you from gaining access to jobs, doing this, doing that. I think one of them is even like you won't even be allowed to go into certain restaurants if your social credit system is low. This is the level of slavery that they're bringing to the world, the entire world. Salakio. All right. And I mean, with all of this that is happening, we're heading towards the hour of temptation. Because Revelation 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And the hour of temptation, and this is a message unto you Israelites, because salvation is only for us, that the hour of temptation is when you're faced with taking the microchip, because the microchip is a life and death situation for us, the Israelites. If you take the microchip, you are going to be destroyed by Yahweh Shemeshai, as it pertains to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 to 10. So the message is, the mark of the beast is a microchip, and it's well on its way. Look at what's going on in the world, and the hour of temptation is coming, where you'll be faced with it, and do not take the microchip, because you don't have no chance for salvation if you do. That's the message. So that's all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemeshai Bashim Kakodesh. Shalom.